All right, for good or for ill, we're starting. This is going to be part two of my 2006 Columbus Day Far Rockaway loop trip. Now that I can accurately describe it, involved part one was it was a Long Island Railroad Far Rockaway to NYCTA Subway Far Rockaway loop. And LIRR portion was yesterday, or in part one. NYCTA portion is kicking off today. And thank you. Couple brief news items. First off, here is the picture of that mod. Well, I'll show it up later, but I do have the picture of the Mod Avenue interlocking machine handy. Also, in a bit of news, I just learned that CSX has filed to abandon the cab signaling on the RF&P. With both Amtrak and VRE supporting, we'll have to see where this goes. I'm going to definitely write on this. Long story short, it is not good for both Virginia HSR or any sort of higher density Virginia service expansions, even if it might save some people some headaches in the near term. But that's something I'm going to have to write about, but look for it soon. Anyway, I think we're ready to begin. So I have my Rockaway line stuff ready. So for those of you who don't know, the Rockaway line was part of the Long Island Railroad, the whole Rockaway complex. Both the line across Broad Channel and the loop connecting from Valley Stream. It was purchased due to declining traffic or economic conditions. You know, it was one of those things with railroad fares were not quite paying the bills. We're not seeing a lot of traffic from the Rockaways. So the NYCTA took it over in the 1950s. Let me just show you where the Far Rockaway. So there's Far Rockaway Mod Ave. There is the LIRR terminal. The Far Rockaway station was the original everybody station. And then when the LIRR cut back, they had to build this like microscopic platform and shoehorn a couple of yard tracks in to handle the service. Also note, the NYCT purchased the line just where the grade separation was ending, and this line would ramp down there in this right-of-way. This then right-of-way turned into a bunch of light industrial crap buildings. Now it looks like it's being redeveloped, which is good. A lot of housing advocates want more housing in there. I'd love this to revert back to the LIRR, but nah, it's probably too late for that now. Also, you'd have to go by way of Valley Stream or something, but anywho, yeah, it would be neat to put that ramp back in. But I don't think anyone's going to go from Rockaway Park to downtown via Valley Stream. That's a little crazy. So anyway, we're right there, and we're just going to start going. So last time I was checking the photos I had for this. Let me just make sure everything's up and going here. I was doing some train orders stuff. Let me get this back to where things need to be. So I had this as Mott Ave because I'm not sure why, but now I'm gonna lead with the fact that this is a beautiful R38. Some things you don't notice on the R38 was this nice frieze or whatever you want to call this. I think it was fiberglass. They just got so dingy with their stupid flip dot display, replacing whatever sort of nice roll sign they had. You just didn't quite notice. And the Silverliner 3Es had these too. They were also a St. Louis car product. This looks like number 3993. So I'm just going to reset NYCT S. It's such a shame now that the TA just has to buy everything in these giant mega orders of thousands of cars, as opposed to getting some nice variety. You know, that way, if any one maker, you increase the variability, but at the same point, you can't get screwed with a 7K series type debacle. although that wasn't really Kawasaki's fault. These were one of the last St. Louis cars. It would have been this, the R40s. Now, there was plenty after it, but then you had the R40 series, then the R44s, and that's pretty much what closed them up. I don't know if they were building for anybody else back in that time. I'm not sure. CTA didn't buy any, Philly didn't buy any, so New York City, Boston didn't buy any. All right, here we have Mott Avenue interlocking with our number 2 signal. There's your chaining. To decipher the number plates, your chaining is always this line. F4A is your line. 933 is your chaining. Chaining used to be defined by this odd system. Now they've redefined it, but it didn't really change any of the numbers. Probably your relay hut might be there, or that's something. Anyway, that X means it's an interlocking. It's an absolute signal. Interlocking 2 is the lever number. A lot of times that'll be in the hundreds. But this case, the lever machine is literally this. Mott Ave interlocking. It's a USNS unit lever, probably a Style C. Let's see what this says. USNS Style C, pneumatic plant. And interestingly enough, the signals are not double-ended. So you have your 2 switches here, going to be in normal reverse. And then each of the signals is only single-ended. And there's 5 because there's a single approach. Yellow being indicating that the signal is displayed. So we're going to see what I can do with this. This is the tower, so I could always include some of the tower. By the way, I was out today on the Lehigh line. Capture the intermediate signal a mile of post Conrail intermediate at milepost 52. Some pictures at CP 51, and then the Conrail. I did a full thing on the Conrail CP 62. I did not go to the other side of the tunnel. I kind of wanted to get back for lunch, and I made the right choice. So the question is this... Yeah, that's 2R. It's not just the 2 sig, it's the 2R. There we go. I should probably make my way out to the Rockaways again. I kind of was once before, but I was there this May, but I had to take an Uber instead. I already got I got a side view of this dude. It was, it's like number 5006, I think. I mean, like 5606. So I'll just look that back when I save it up. Note the Tomlinson couplers on these. Despite some infiltration by the Schnaffelberg, the Tomlinson is still U.S.'s pretty much most popular transit coupler. Although that with Siemens is very intransigent on 5306. They're putting Schnaffelbergs on all their damn things. They're kind of shit, but. And here we have our number 6 signal. This would be 6R as well. One of the most important things for terminal capacity is the distance between where this train starts and the place where it can clear. And this giant length of track there is not good for terminal capacity at all. You want that signal and that switch as close to the platform as you possibly can make it. And every second that a train takes extra leaving a terminal is doubled at the very least, if not more. Because it has to not... Because everything that if it takes an extra 10 seconds getting out, then another train's going to have to take another 10 seconds getting in to clear that interlocking. I do not know who this is. Because they don't have the numbers in front. Oh, this is an H2S coupler, not a Tomlinson. That was New York City Transit's like proprietary coupler. I forget what the last car to use it is. Might be the current R32s. No, the R68s use it, or R62s. And with them, that should be the last. Oops. I think this was one of the R60s, and it's not a test train, but it was one of the first R160s. I'm pretty certain it was an R160, and this is all the way back in 2006. They were pretty much R143 clones, honestly. Like the way that I'm not sure that the NYCT Subway has had more of a uniform fleet at any point in its history. They've stuck with this. Maybe the R40, 42, 44, 46, 68, 68A, 62 block could be considered uniform, but there was a lot of non in there too, like the R40 slants, R32s, R38s, all the Redbirds, etc. So oh, this is at Far Rockaway? Where the hell? Oh, Far Rockaway, okay. Is the station Far Rockaway or Mott Ave? It says Mott Avenue Station. Oh, it's Far Rockaway, Mott Avenue, okay. Yeah, let me just check my thing here. R160. It's number 8700. Entered service October 17th, 2006. So this has to be a test train. Yeah, 86, 53, 83. Yeah, this is an R160, and this is a test train, but I think it's in service. Might have said not in service there, but this was an R60 test train. Before, let me check my date on this. 10/9. So this is 06. This is a week before they officially entered service. I think that this said no passengers. So, but it's labeled an A. Don't know. And it's got sitting there with the doors open. So here I have a diverging clear, leave it on the 6R signal, departing for Mott Ave Interlocking. Yeah, the amount of CBTC they're starting to put on the NYCTA is getting really alarming. I was really hoping that would flame out. But the best part is that stuff's all 2004 tech, so you know that it's like just literally, it's got to be full of security issues. That'll be fun when they have to fix something catastrophic. Sucks to be them. coming up on the this is the 5A switch, but the whole interlocking is there. So I'm going to... This is where I realize I don't know how to spell scissors. The front window is really grimy too. Let's see if I can just crop that stupid little cabinet there. This is a northbound train. Note your CP air valves and A10 switch machine. One of the few times you'll be seeing A10s. Here we have the A10s and CP valves for the 3A and 5. Is it 3A and 5B? Yes, 3A and 5B switches. Having this interlocking diagram is just fantastic. 3A and 5B. Aqueduct. That's going to be the 3A switch points A10 plus the CP plus the 5B. There we go. And another one coming in. Let's see if I can read that number. Nope. And you can see he's waiting for us to clear up, which is an issue with the extended interlocking limits. Now, of course, the A at this point has just been split to hell, so you can be running 4 TPH out of all these 3 terminals and still be maintaining 12 TPH on the trunk. Note that the railfan window is occupied. The thing that they don't think people care about, but you know, it's always the most popular part of the train. All comes down to making rail a choice mode of transportation versus a forced mode of transportation. Oh, we have some nice uncovered third rail. That's nice. I mean, it's interesting. Like, you think covered third rail is a no-brainer, but I mean, I know that it's just temporary because of construction. But Boston and Chicago CTA don't do it. Here we have the Far Rockaway 898 signal, displaying clear with a trip stop. I forget what those do have a designation. I do have the USNS catalog from 2002-ish. But I'm not going to go look that up. We are going to be doing a full pull today. Probably should have done a little bit more yesterday. I thought this was in the 70s. It's actually 83. So we're going to be doing a full amount. So hopefully we can get this done in a reasonable amount of time. All right, that's our first set done. Hello. Wait, what's going on here? Regarding Virginia, CSX, I mean, they sold the track to the state. So I'm very surprised it's that Virginia and Amtrak, but I read my article, I have my thoughts on it. Regarding the stuff, just remember that the PTC system is not a cab signal system, is not certified as that yet, is not even certified, might be certified for 110 operation within the next 2 years, but railroads are very adamant that they do not want it to be a cab signal system, because right now it doesn't have to have the reliability of a cab signal system. Just trying to get back to the comments on that cab signal system in Virginia. So at this point, I do not think that trains can take a PTC upgrade in the cab. I think they have to see it on a wayside. I can go check that, but I don't think they can do that yet, because there's not enough. It's designed to slow you down, not speed you up. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, the CTA is, it's an L. It's an L. I know. What do you mean, what do you mean a spread on Cedar Hill Yard? Is that the one in New Haven? Like, it's like half abandoned. I mean, no, it's not. It's there, but I don't know what really to do with it. It's a yard. It's a thing that I don't tend to. I don't have a lot of. I'm not in the New Haven area or in that general New Haven fandom, so I don't have the stuff for it. Oh man, these photos are terrible. Let me find out where this is. You have to go to my overhead. That's got to be that viaduct curve at Beach 36th. The viaduct is fascinating. Like I would love to know when they built it, because I know that this was elevated by the LIRR. I just don't know when they did it. It's fascinating that they would, or how they even ran the service. I don't even know. It's so strange. For the record, for most years, Beach 105th is the least used line in the NYCTA. This is the Rockaways, where you have the pigeons that ride the train. The conductors know to open the doors for them, or hold the doors for them. We are not going to be passing Beach 105th. Also, for the record, this is where you have like the empty zones, where I don't think this was also. This was not caused. I don't think this was caused by a hurricane. This has always just been empty. Jesus. I don't know who owns that or why it's empty, or if it's being preserved as open beach dune space. Could be that. Despite being like on the ocean, the Rockaways have always have never been super popular with like living. So that's Beach 44th. Here we have some workers at the some workers. This reminds me. I should play that Simpsons video where Homer's like with the Teamsters, like, "Can I relax next to you guys?" Oh, so surly, so lazy. This is a signal 847. There we go. Oops. Got to turn off the extra quality. Next. Oh, this is, I think, where they were doing some kind of concrete tie experiment here. Signal 790. I wonder how much more of those concrete ties they put in. Looks like they put in quite a bunch. Don't know why they were doing concrete ties. It, just gives you more opportunities for corrosion. What with all the rebar and stuff. This is signal 790. Don't know how much of this I can really cut, or how much I want to. Oh, note the work lights. These work lights are designed to be work against the 600 volt direct current. They're in rows of 5. Which means you have 520 volt lamps in series, which gives you a 600 volt potential drop. That sort of system has not quite stood the test of time when we now have LED lighting. Here we are approaching Hamels Y. Hamels Y. I've actually gotten to ride the Y back after Sandy. The Broad Channel was completely destroyed, or the causeway out there. But they were running a special H train from Far Rockaway to Rockaway Park. Put it in H. I had to take a bus from Howard Beach to get to Far Rockaway just to ride the H train. Put it in H. And this is, so here's your Hamels Y. You can use these two crossovers to get to any route that you want. You can go straight out that way, crossover again, go there, crossover there to get across the Y. This was built in 1956, I believe, as part of the contract. 1966, all right. So maybe that's when they it changed over to the NYCTA in 1966. Sort of like I recently tweeted about the Denver light rail. NYCTA in many places does not allow for reverse operation easily. This double X signal there is fixed. You cannot clear it. It has a fixed trip. But I think the trip can be tied down. You have to literally have dudes doing like a train order kind of thing. So here we have some R44s. Nominally, that signal is known as the 8X. The other one there is the 4, which I think in this case would be 4R. It is a USNS Style C auxiliary control panel. So NYCTA has a lot of this stuff where you'll have a local tower. This is IND Rockaway line. Hamels Y control, so there's going to be a Style C machine, but it can be put under normally under the control of Rockaway Park Master Tower. Sometimes they just will need to. There's just so much going on that they will actually staff this. How do I spell this? Hamels Y. I think I can cut paste that. So this does, because it has its own little local tower, it does get its own thing. Hamels Y 4R. I don't know if this Y. That's the problem, is I don't know. I'll just say 4 sig, because I don't know what the clear plus 8X plus an A44 northbound. This would be, God, I love this diagram. This is the 5A switch and the 7. All right, what do we got? There we go. Da, da, da. The CP plus an A10 plus the points plus the 7 switch far, and it's all northbound. Here, yep, you're right. See, 7 switch. My diagram is correct. The A10 switch machine probably still was the last, which was actually still in the calendar after the A5 was removed, is a double acting. So you have this sort of ratchet and pinion system in there. The actual throw device is right there. I don't know where your detection runs out of, or maybe that's the detection there. Then you have 2 air cylinders, so it's like a push me, pull you kind of thing. Very much more compact for transit use. Was occasionally used for rail use. I believe Denver Union Station was one example. PATH still uses them too. Here is your Hamels Y viaduct. Since I don't know its direction, that's always a hard thing to do when you have a track. So in both of those, north is this way, but I guess both of those are south. So that would have to be, it's southbound in both directions. I'm just going to call it like westward. It's very interesting how this all works. If you're wondering where this is located, it is right there, and there's the famous Hamels Y. Don't know why it's called that. Yeah, we can always find out. Just hit the thing. It was 1956. The line was purchased 1952 and the line south of Ozone Park taken out of service in June 1955. Line conversion. 1956 line opened for subway service. The A. Let's see when they built the viaduct. '80s, Brooklyn Elevated received permission to operate the elevated trains for Beach Act, the Stevenson Island. I can't remember. September. Yeah, the revenues are disappointing. No crap. 1958 is when it went out to the end at Far Rockaway. Okay, and here we have our 42 signal. There's the tower. Interesting, this because this is a converging. You'll have a lower head with a red and only a green because there's no need for a diverging clear. Red over green over yellow, diverging clear. And it's all ramped too. That's which is pretty neat. Oops. By ramped, I mean to do that YE crossover, the top two do that, the bottom two do that, and then they go over the broad channel bridge, and they only reach the same grade right at the swing span. Here we have Hamels Y tower. Again, a relay system can be easily remoted, but they still have a local control panel and a control room, so they can reuse it as needed. And here we have the 45 switch and what looks like the... Why are these all the way over there? 45 switch. No, just the 45 switch. Do I have an outbound thing? Oh, and the 62. So that's for the bridge. This also controls the bridge, so that's going to be the 60 signal, displaying an approach medium. Last one of this set, the 60 signal itself, and in the opposite direction, that's going to be the 50X. And your draw span, the both this viaduct used to have 2 working draw spans, and one of them was retired when the subway conversion took over. Alrighty. Second set is complete. Oopsies. Second set is complete. Let me roll over there, and then let's go see what we have going on here in the chat. I don't know about specifics on Hamel's Y. It's certainly possible. I'm not sure exactly where. There's nothing about it that looks odd. LEDs are, but it just has to do with those work lights are ridiculously bright. I mean, of course, LEDs would be the same. But being able, that whole like 5-bar array, being able to hook it right up to third rail power is something they tend to really like. Because the third rail's always there. They don't have to run other power. The S was already, there was already a Rockaway shuttle, so they wanted to make it distinctive. I went out of my way to ride the H. Yeah, NYCTA does not support it universally. It has many places where you have to tie the trip down or disable the trips. I was on a train, was doing wrong rail running out of West 4th down to like Grand Street. It was when the Manhattan Bridge was closed. They were closing it for over a decade of various routes, and they had to have a shuttle from West 4th down to Grand, and it was single-tracked, and all the signaling was either disabled, all the trips were down, and they were running it. I think they were actually giving out a token, or they had a pilot min, just like British Rail, the UK does. As I say, the NYCTA and the British, they operate trains in very similar fashions. They might as well just call it like, I don't know. They use the very NYCTA signaling is very similar to the British Rail current signaling. Yeah, the UK. PRR. The PR influence is definitely showing. Unfortunately, this is where we exit we start to leave the land of Union Switch and Signal pneumatics and enter generally signal electric bugaloo. So this is still under the control of Broad Channel, so this will be labeled as part of Hamel's Y interlocking. Yeah, even that up a little bit better. Yep, there's an air trip. So it looks like this X signal does have an air trip. I think that the trip has to be down in certain situations, or you get reverse tripping. Not sure. Anyway, what do we have here? We have... That's the 62 signal bridge, beach channel drawbridge. And what signal's that? It's just... Do I get an X on it? Does it tell me which X that is? No. Doesn't even tell me. I guess I can assume what is it? 50X, 58X, 54, 52, 60, 64, 66. Not a lot of other ones. 58, 56X, 58X, 60. I don't know what number I have to even use. 48, 46. I'm just not going to bother with it. I think that's 62x. And now we're finally going. This is coming to broad channel. This is signal 717. Broad channel, for those who don't know, is a little island in the middle of Jamaica Bay. I have many times had to take the bus along there from some, because, and I think the last time I was there in May, I took an Uber through Broad Channel. Broad Channel Station is where the shuttle trains will terminate for Rockaway Park. Getting to Rockaway Park is just hugely inconvenient. Especially if there's no direct train, because the shuttles run, they don't really time up with it reliably. They sort of run when they run, and if you're there when it departs, good for you. This is the 712 signal. Let me, where is that? Nope, this is what I need. Yeah, is that broad channel? Great. Next. This is broad channel interlocking, I believe. I presume. There we go. Yeah, now we're totally under control of Liberty Avenue Junction. Wait, hold on. Hamels Y is controlled from Rockaway Park Master. Okay, there we go. Rockaway Park, USNS Union Route. Ooh, fancy. Union Route machine likely controls everything. Does it do Mott Avenue? No. Mott Avenue is its own little thing, so that's still controlled. Rockaway Park controls Hamels Y. Broad Channel is controlled from Liberty Avenue. That's the one at the junction of the A train proper. Here we have our punch box. So, when in use for the shuttle will relay north of the station, and then it will come back. That's signal 322, and the other one. See, this supports bidirectional operation on both tracks, 322 and 310. This is also where the test track is, so they need some of the flexibility. Hold on, I gotta check how I do labeling for this sort of signaling. NO. Okay, I gotta do the line and then the thing. Do I do then signal next? No, do signal first. 3 plus 3, what is it, 320? 310. Oops, I forgot to do stuff. And here we have the 320 lit up clear. Yep, and what do we have next? Here we have the interlocking itself. I'm not going to really label these switches and whatnot. Just going to call it the interlocking. I think those are GRS Model 4 switch machines. It's either 4s. Yeah, those are 4s. The transit ones. I once saw a thing that went into, like, there's the Model 5 that you all know and love, and that had its own A through H. But there's 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. I'm pretty sure those are 4s. Where did I put in the name for scissors? Come on. Sorry if this is a little bit dull now. Yeah, the R44s were definitely much a province of the A until they basically turned into mush, and then were swapped out with. First they were running a lot of the R38s and 40s to death on the A. Then the 44s died early. That's what prolonged the life of the 32s so long, because they had to scrap the R40. The frames on the 44s went south. There's the test track, by the way. I'm genuinely excited to see the R46s go. I do not like those, and there's not much. They have almost no advantages to them. And here we have the, let's see what's going on here. All this weird 4-track stuff. Howard Beach, okay. Howard Beach, Aqueduct. It looks like that there's just a, they had some storage tracks. They will, they will tend to end trains at Howard Beach. It does have its own control system. It does have its own thing. Says installed 1955 under 66 under contract, blah blah blah. So this is 2009, even though they just redid it. It's a GRS Type C. This is switch machines GRS Model 5. Broad channel is GRS Model 5. Maybe it's a version of Model 5. I think they're really Model 4s, but I don't know. North portions of tracks F3 and F4 removed 2002. North portions. Oh, okay. I guess that they had some stuff there. Removed 2004. All right. Oh, there's a little label for 261. Cute. Oh, that's the traffic lever. It's not the method of operation. All right, sorry about that. And what signal am I looking at? 166. This is, by the way, this was improved, I bet, with Port Authority money when they built the Port Authority air train. Oops. We are our air train enhanced Howard Beach station. Used to be a free shuttle bus, and then now they found a way to make you pay for a train. $7 it is right now. Whew. $8 if you don't have a Metro card. Funniest thing here was when the Sandy thing happened, to get you onto a shuttle bus to get down to the Rockaways, they had to let you out. It was like a free, but they were perfectly happy to keep the fare gates, even though you could walk out and then back in for free because that's a parking lot. You get free transport to the parking lot that they're assuming you're already paying for. So all these like French tourists were there, and I did not tell them they could they just all gladly paid the $5 instead of like walking out of the station and through the back door. That was, but hey, you know. And here we are at the end of Howard Beach Interlocking with the 208 signal displaying clear and the 202 signal just hanging out. Yeah, some trains do turn at Howard Beach. They tend to like to have air. Oh, I mean, like I think the train to the plane would turn here. So they definitely had facilities to accommodate that. Aqueduct, I'm pretty sure this was only open during race days. I'm not sure if that's changed. I don't know who goes to see horse racing anymore. Oh, hold on, let's see. Aqueduct, North Conduit Ave Station. It is served at all times by the 8 train. Okay, station. Hold on. Not sure what's up with this one. Maybe it was the next one. So one of them, like one of the stations was only open on race days, but now since they put a casino in, I think it's open full time. So this one, I guess, is the one that's normally open. I don't know how you even get to it. Oh, there it is. Or something. I don't know. And then this is the nice one. Yeah, Aqueduct Race Day. Sole monodirectional station served by Manhattan-bound A trains only. The station built 1959 served the racetrack on racing days. The station will be open with an Aqueduct special trains running non-stop from 42nd Street. Like, again, horse racing is so complicated. The only reason anybody did it was because they didn't do gambling in more sensible ways. JP Express, before the service, the station was discontinued in 1990. Station reopened in 97. 2011, it was closed, rebuilt to provide better access to Resorts World Casino. One of the least used stations, 400 to 422. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read how the heck they would run it. Like, I guess that track is indicated as bidirectional, so I guess they would just bidirection them down there, but that just seems ridiculously stupid. Yeah, this is almost certainly Aqueduct Racetrack. Oh wait, no, that's Aqueduct Racetrack. This is the old Aqueduct station, including signal 482. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see how this is. You can see how much longer this was because of the Long Island Railroad portion. All right. Yeah. Yep, that's the part that's closed off, and then that's the part that's active. Wow, that's a long station platform. Aqueduct North Conduit Ave. Signal, what did I say that was? 482? 482, okay. Here's what I'll do for this. Okay, sorry about that. Just wanted to concentrate on this exceedingly complicated file name. And here we go. Finally get a number. Thank you. Number 5236. Oh, look, there was the third track in there. I think that's been removed. Let me crop that a little bit. Five, 2, 3, 6 at Aqueduct. Let me just check. I'd be interested to see if that third track is still there. Yeah, it kinda is, but you can see where it was. Yeah, there are bits and pieces of it remaining. It's one of those parts of it where you just wish that they had better rolling stock. They could easily do like 70 miles an hour on this part. Okay, we're coming up to the last bunch here. It's going to be a slightly short one, only 11 photos. It's interesting, this whole survey, I was able to do a whole set, 48 photos just coming in. Looks like I got some Amtrak stuff in there too. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Oh my God. Um. Yeah, that I've seen every combination of. Well, I used to fly in. I've been flying into BART to SFO, not all the time, but occasionally. But enough that I've seen every little iteration of their service pattern with that wacky Y. I think that right. I think they finally got something reasonable. Alrighty. So my plan, like, I hope to be able to activate transit angry Twitter at dealing with see if I can get some grassroots anger directed at that CSX cab signal decision. Not sure I can. So I think we're going at Liberty Ave. Okay, this one's going to be fun. And I think I do have pictures of the Liberty Ave Master Tower somewhere. I have this super secret thing of photos. I just don't know where they are. Someone sent me a whole like raft of employee photos. That's all 1/11th. Fortunately, you have to sort of go through it all. Livonia Yard. I know that I have Liberty Avenue somewhere. This is gonna like blow up the whole time. I've been all through these, but I wasn't looking for the whole Liberty Ave Master. 240th. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that Union GRS NX machine. Wow. This is all Unionport, or the 7-line changes. Let me just see if I can find the Liberty Ave. Because I'm almost positive I have it. Parsons. More Parsons. South Ferry. There it is. There it is. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that. Ew. Wow. I'm saying wow because it's got that original 50s GRS with the little arrowy things. I saw the other ones, but this is a big board. There's going down to Lefferts. There's your Rockaway line. There's that third track stub. There's Howard Beach. There's Broad Channel. Wait, no, that's the end of Howard Beach, and Broad Channel would be there. Not sure what that is. Oh, I think that's Hamels Y, but I'm not sure. There's Broad Channel. No, that's Third Rail. There's Broad Channel. Look at this. Oh, wow. It's huge. Someone gets to sit there and play on that. Oh, man. Look at this. This is so beautiful. I mean, this is just a type of analog. I mean, it's not analog, but like this is just the type of primitive display systems that it's just so neat. All right, this is the 240 signal displaying medium approach medium. Ugh. Alright, we'll finish this up. Oh, it's got the grade timer thing too. So this is Liberty Ave? That's what I keep saying? Yeah, Liberty Ave. I love that I can get back and redo all these photos. This is, I mean, I'm not really looking at the original file names because I just know that they're going to be awful. I did not know how to do this. I had no diagrams. I got no nothing. You know, I'm just making some stuff up. Not all of this is bad. Yep, I didn't know that's the wrong name for that. That's the wrong name for that. You know, it's all just wrong. This is the 231A switch and the 244 signal. Oh, this is important. This is important also for why it's like freaking UK. NYCTA cannot handle multiple routes, which might be actually different than Britain, which can handle multiple routes. Every time you have multiple another thing, you're going to get another signal because they can only give you a diverging and a straight. So here we come in. You don't necessarily, in theory, you could just have this because there's only one diverging route, but they give you a second one here. So every time you come to a point, you're going to have another signal. So signal there for that 11 switch, signal there for that guy, every time. What is this? It's the 244, I believe. Correct. And the, what is that? 231A. Should I be using this? I hate using Clarify, but that's a little bit better. It desaturates. I used to overuse Clarify all the time and forgot to resaturate it after I was done. Okay. Oops. Oh, I didn't resize it. That's why it's so big. There we go. I think this is an automatic within interlocking limits. There's the old Long Island Railroad right away over there too. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Probably not going to bother trying to crop it. The 439 signal displaying approach. (439) approach. And here we have the Liberty Ave Junction Tower. I wonder if in my photos you can see that plant. This is a picture from it. Even has the little access ramp to the cab. Now I'm not seeing the plant. But we can there's our tower, and I think that there's a little walkway to one of the things there. And this is also kind of like an area interlocking scheme that I bet all the relays and stuff for a lot of this comes out of there, because you can see in the other photos, the ones I just did. You can see, not that one though. This one. Or not? I thought you could see them. Huh. Sorry. In one of these, you could see the pole lines running out of there. So it might be an area interlocking scheme. Is that looks a little tilty. Okay, that's better. The question is, what's the front of the tower? Well, let's see what this says. The front is facing towards Manhattan. So that's the front. This is the side. I guess it's the northbound side? Good enough. I think I got some better ones. Yeah, here we have the top. Love the brick 50s. These look a lot like Babylon Tower and Divide. Also 1950s projects. Here we are coming. So the way Liberty works, you come up in the middle, and you're almost certainly going to be moving over to that the track 2 there, with track 3 in the middle being bidirectional. So this is going to be the 17 switch reverse. Oh, also like the UK, you have a lot of non-complete interlockings to avoid, like, in a normal railroad, you'd have something where you could go from this track all the way over. Near NYCTA locks out routes. So notice I can't go track 3 reverse to track all the way to track 2. No route exists for that because they don't generally send trains out track 3, this track K1 reverse. They intentionally, if the route is not involves a lot of, they do not enable wrong directional running a lot. I can show you some good examples there, but this is just one of them. So also this guy coming out, he can get there, but look, there's a full stop, permanent stop signal. What's odd is they don't let him get to that bidirectional track. So this is how we get an interface. This is where the Rockaway was interfaced onto an existing L line, or as I should say, elevated subway. So here we have Liberty Ave, 17 switch, reverse. And then that other switch there is going to be the 7 switch, which just exists. Still going northbound. Beautiful. All right, coming down here. Where's this? It's not Lefferts. Fulton, Culver. I always forget the names of these things. Fulton, I think. Euclid. Pitkin? There it is. Okay, so there's Euclid. This is the site of the 76th Street station that totally exists, but the deep state doesn't want you to know about it. Pitkin Yard. 1 second. I know where I am. I just need to orient myself. GRS NX. Is this underground? Okay, there's Liberty Ave. Blah, 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 blah. There's 80th Street. Now where the hell's Pitkin Yard? Linden Shops. What? What the fuck is that? There's new lots. Livonia Yard. There it is. There's Pitkin Yard. Wow, it is underground. Crazy. Wow, this is way more complicated than I usually thought. So this is here. North is that way. And this is Pitkin. I guess this is just under Pitkin. See, there's no way you have two crossovers from the middle bidirectional track to the edges, but you don't have a typical railroad style crossover. They do it so you can intentionally cannot do, you know, they've locked out the ability to like have a reverse direction thing. Just like in the UK where almost everything's a freaking trailing point. So I guess this is Pitkin Yard Interlocking. And it's a tower because it's all on that GRS machine. It's not remote. So there you go. This is the 10 signal. I am streaming tomorrow night. It looks like I'm going to be finishing up early, so it's going to be at the typical time. You're all welcome. Man, I so miss being able to get neat photos of this stuff. All right, that's it. That's it for that. Here's a couple Amtraks and we'll be done. So, old MOW Gray, Amtrak 721 and 723. I think those are GP38s. I'm going to be in New York for the R32 finale on Sunday. Little worried about that with the COVID thing. Not that I'm worried about getting COVID. It's just that you have to take it seriously if you do kind of get it. Like that's going to definitely, it's not like normally you're cool with work, just like being sick, but this is one of those things where it's kind of not cool to be sick with this. Not cool to be sick with it and like be in work. So I can do work from home. I have plenty of sick time. It's not that kind of issue, but I would be wary. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The question mainly becomes fighting with people at the front rail fan window on the 10 o'clock departure. I remember the last time I rode this in 2019. I was worried about getting just sick, like getting con crud with how close and compacted we were, and I forgot my N95s down in whatever, and I forgot to go to Home Depot today, and I'm sure it's going to be closed tomorrow, so fuck. Whatever, all I can double up, but I might just stay in the back. I have the videos. It's going to be running from 2nd Ave up to 145th Street on an express run. There's way less railfan view in the front, so I might just cut my losses and ride up the front. Last photo, we just have a couple of Amtrak P40s, number 8, 2032 in Phase 5, and Heritage painted 827 here at the Wilmington Shops. Oh, this is not the last photo. 2000 people forget 2006 was very much a retrenchment year for Amtrak. By the way, wow, the little Washington Terminal SW1 pup is there, number 738. I wonder if that's still around. That thing's crazy little guy. Look at him. So cute. 600 horsepower. I guess that moves something. So people forget that in the 2004, 5, 6, up through 8, ironically, Amtrak was falling apart. NEC trains were all constant engine failures. Trains were running, NEC trains are normally about 8 cars, and they were running them at 6s and 7s. So your trains, when you had a lot of SRO, that's 952. I don't know who that other guy is. Can I see? 940. And then they did clean stuff up. Things got a lot better. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if Obama needed to come in for that, or if I think it got, or if they had to get rid of the war. They think David Gunn came in and he really started fixing stuff. Warrington. This was the end of the Warrington administration, and man, it was just falling apart. I'd love to know what happened to Amtrak 738. I'm going to look that up before I let you before I sign off. That was the I got one more photo and you'll see what I mean. This is the sea of stored am fleets. They're not wreck damaged. They just pulled them out for the hell of it. They just didn't want to run them. They were like, it was Warrington. He was just like, the NEC doesn't make any money or whatever it was, and he just pulled a huge amount of am fleets out of service. They eventually did get a full rebuild. There's some phase 3 painted and stuff, but that's the trains were all running with reduced consists on the Northeast, and it stunk. Except that you got like occasional, they weren't fully. They still had some unreserved trains, I think. So you could use the excuse of like standing in the rear vestibule and stuff, but it was not good. All right, I'm going to delete all this junk. I'm going to check up 938, 738. I think that might be still down at Wilmington, but I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like it got sold. Oh, not Pinterest. I hate them. That website's terrible. Found St. Louis Union Station, built by Union 1950, switcher with Pennsylvania Railroad, blah, blah, blah. After passenger Amtrak, blah, blah, 738, sold at DC Terminal. In 2014, not long before the photo, it was sold to, blah, blah, blah. Who is it? RPCS. Who are they? I think that's like some passenger company. Oh, that's the like Land Cruise stuff. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. Let me see if we got any questions. Oh, yeah, several. I mean, it wasn't that many. I mean, it was mainly 915 caught fire. Oh, it's the National. Okay, I mean, it's not that historic. It's a 1950. I mean, the equipment's fine now. I mean, honestly, the P42s are life expired. It's one of those things like, as much as you hate to see either the F40s or P42s go, diesels get 20 years. That's what they get. It's I think a lot of the F40 love. I don't know about that. They may have been a little bit more iconic, but just people forget that diesels do get cycled out every 20 years. Not like an electric. That should be 40 or more. But the P42s are kind of at their last end. They're DC. I'm sure they could be rebuilt. I'm sure they have value. I'm sure. So the P42s were Dash 9s. The Dash 8s are the P40s, which have also been rebuilt. So you could easily do something of the equivalent of a P42, AC6M, type of thing, an AC P42. Just because they're worth their weight in gold, that you don't have to have stupid tier 4. We'll see what's up with the Chargers. I really can't. I hate how low they are. They don't work with any of the equipment. They should be higher, like an F-59, to match the roof lines. All right, that's it for this. Tune in next time for Caltrain, as it was in 2006. Speaking of Millbrae, you're going to see the Millbrae, and a double ride on Caltrain. I went down to San Jose. I came back in the front. And that'll be it. Now, yes, I did do San Francisco stuff, but those are in other sets. This will be a 3-round group, so just be aware of that. Have fun. See you tomorrow. See you Sunday. Then I'll see you for the last part on Tuesday. I might drop on the... Hold on here. If anybody cares, I'm going to drop in the chat a link to... I got to email to myself somehow. Or maybe, hold on one second. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna telegram it to Brian, and he can put it in the chat. Because I don't have this email up on my thing. One second. If anybody is interested, of the 3 people who are in the chat and watching, here's a Zoom link. If hopefully you can get in. Copy URL. You can watch my NRHS presentation on Monday. I think that'll work. I don't know. Let me see if I have a better version than that. God, no, that's the damn. All right. I just want the... That's the wrong link. Hold on. There you go. Just throw that link in the chat real quick, and then I'll put it up there and later on for who's ever around. All right. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, but I will be on tomorrow, so I can wish you Merry Christmas on the actual Christmas day, which it is not actually Christmas yet, and I really should be getting going. All right, I'll see you. Bye. Laters. Thanks for all your questions.